Well, friends, we're at 62 comments with almost all 5 stars. We're trying to get to 100 by August 31st. Just go ahead, go in, leave your comment, leave your stars. Back to the All right, friends, we're gonna have some dissonance here in our conversation because I feel like I'm not disagreeing with some of how the therapist is going about this. If she's actually paying attention, but maybe she's not. Let's go.
what we call pure at heart. And in all of the scenario and all these different characters and all these people, including yourself, the purest soul that we have in this storyline is Kai. And because he's a child, and I know that that might be a challenge for some people to accept, but the reality is you're living a segmented life, Anthony, and that's not going to work for you as a father and as a husband.
All right, so I think I agree with that. Sure, he's living a segmented life as a father and a husband, so that's not going to work at all. Um, Again, maybe the therapy and the counseling sessions now need to go to individual sessions because the double sessions are no longer working because there are underlining pieces that Amber is thinking about that's not coming out. I'm starting to get a feeling of Amber just accepting this or having been told to accept this or thinking she has to accept this because hey, that's what it is at this point in time and either she take it or she leave, which is a true choice. But I'm kind of getting it's more forceful than ever.
And so I know some people might see Kai as baggage because you came back with Kai, but other people might see him as what he is, and that's a blessing. So until there was some type of work done to really bring the unit together as a whole, it can be very challenging. And I want to know how you feel about that, Amber.
Again, this should be asked in a private space with Amber alone. Angela Atkinson, this is where we're gonna. While I understand that Anthony is trying to be vulnerable and say what he's saying, this now needs to have private conversations because some of the things that I think are on Amber's mind are not being said. There's a lot of unsaid things. She's saying some things, but she's not saying everything. And because she's not saying everything, it is making therapy difficult. And it's going to make this entire conversation very, very difficult. That's what I believe with it.
But I guess, I guess I want him here. He's a child, right? As you said, he's just a child.
Do you see that? Do you see the amount of hesitations in her? She guessed. Well, I guess more to me, I guess, right? That's not a sure answer. That is telling me that she's not comfortable with this. She's absolutely not comfortable with this, and she doesn't like what's going on, and that it's almost like it's being forced upon her. Which is quite a bit unfair. But hey, it's up to her as well to say something, and she's not. But again, remember, Amber is a person that is. If we read the Amber character properly, she's a person that is about show and looks. And so the looks of things is always what matters to Amber versus the really true deep inside feeling that she's supposed to have.
Um, yeah.
Good. Okay. And what about you, Anthony?
I absolutely agree. You know, um, don't get me wrong. I love my wife. She's one of the most important people in this world to me. But my son, you know, that's an extension of me.
Right.
So
So that's the but. This is what I was talking about before. I know I'm stopping a little more than usual because this now have pieces in it I think we need to work out. And each time I come on the live, I realize that people are misunderstanding where I'm coming from with this. Listen to me, guys. I am an advocate for marriages, but this is a difficult one. And it is obvious that it is very, very difficult. Because it's almost like Amber's true feelings are partially being seen. Partially. A while ago when Amber said she guessed whatever else it is, the therapist should have challenged that. But again, maybe she can't challenge that in a big setting like this. So she punched to Anthony. That's what you want challenge. What you mean you guess? What exactly is going on? So she could have explained more exactly what's going on. Because it's obvious you have deep underlying feelings that are not being addressed. So instead, what you're gonna do is walk away from this counseling session with a different impression on things. You follow me?
I feel like he should be with us.
Right. That's good. That's good. So this is good.
It's not good. It's not good at all because Anthony can feel like the baby should be with them, but how does Amber feel about that? Does she really feel she wants to have Shayla's baby around, knowing exactly that Shayla was her best friend, and that her best friend got into her house, right, and then got pregnant by her husband? Should she feel okay with that? I mean, y'all know the whole baby mother story now, and you understand of the baby mother and baby father story. So I don't know if this is great in terms of with the therapy of things. I think that the therapy has reached its limit as far as family therapy is concerned. I feel like the therapist now needs to go to like personal, like individual therapy, because there are pieces in there that she cannot truly explore, because obviously the Amber character is pretty much hiding some pieces of it, because guess what, she doesn't want to make this seem as though she's going to be combative. She don't want to make it seem as if she's getting in the way of this marriage to work. And so this marriage she's trying to make work in the whole entire world and make everybody see that, hey, look at me, look at how this marriage is so great and whatever it is. She can't really say what she actually feels. Somebody don't agree with the therapist at this point. At this point in time, I feel like the therapy is over. I think the marriage portion of the therapy is over. They need now individual therapy first. They need some individual therapy to actually deal with the little pieces that are in there, because there are underlying factors that they have to address. I don't say addressing that. So I don't think I'm with this one right now. I don't think I'm with it right now. I don't think I'm actually with it. And that's what I meant when I was talking about the whole idea of this marriage. I'm saying this marriage has become a sham. It's become a bit of a farce. Because it's obvious she is not okay with what's going on. She's not. Listen, guys, when they can tell me, one tell me, hey, she should do this and she should and she should, and she is not okay. And I wouldn't be okay with it either. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask a real question out there to Skitland. Okay. To the fans that are watching Skitland. If your best friend did all of this with your husband while she was your best friend, she still wants this man back. Why would I trust that bringing this baby around and now inviting her more into my presence is going to give me more surety? What's giving me that inkling to say, you know what? No, they're going to be perfectly fine. Nothing is going to happen between them. There will be no history, no candles rekindled, no flames, no nothing at all. What's giving me that? What exactly is giving me that? The one thing we can agree with the therapist on is, yes, Anthony has things to address that he needs to address. He needs to address that. Maybe if he had a custody order on things, maybe if him have that, and it states where the child go on a weekend or on whatever it is day. Maybe if they have that, and there were clear boundaries for Amber to have, maybe she have clear thought, but she doesn't have clear thought. And for the therapist to be smiling about good, no, I don't agree with that. At this point, I think therapy is over. If you ask me, marriage therapy is done. I think it's done. I think they have maxed out what they can do in marriage therapy, in this group setting. Where are they now? As a person who is looking at this clinically, I think they're now at individual therapy. Until they do individual therapy, all of this is just a sham at this point, because feelings are being hidden and the real root things are not being addressed. That's exactly what I'm seeing with all of this. When I look at this, that's what I see is happening right now. But hey, let me know what y'all think. Is it time for us to finish marriage therapy and let's get into individual therapy now, so that Amber can actually say what she really believes, instead of, well, I guess. Let me know what you think. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Talk to y'all soon.